last year with the Edmonton Stingers to play in the Abbotsford Centre. Andrew, I imagine you were there.
Of course, yeah, a great performer of one of many U Sports standouts. Of course, his counterpart, University of Alberta, Brody Clark, also doing well in the CEBL for the Stingers last season.
And Brody Clark doing well in 6 games for the Edmonton-based Alberta Golden Bears. Here's Dr. Narcisse. The pull-up is good. Step back, no problem for 2 in the Cascades. Watch Sukjo Bains possibly give up the easiest deuce of the year so far. Here in playoff game number 1, under the bucket, Vick Toor called his number off the top, and the feed from Matty Cooley is crystal clear, Andrew Savory.
And that's what we're talking about with Vick. Such a great ability to read defenses, not only for his own drives off the left hand, but able to dart in the back door.
DJ Dixon to Makazu, trying to post up on Cooley. The right hand, loses the handle. Cooley with the steal. Daniel Adederin ahead with Dr. Narcisse. And Cooley tries to go Aaron Gordon with Dan Adederin, and it doesn't work. He was looking for the alley-oop. Dixon under the bucket, 4-2 Winnipeg. Under 9 to play in the first quarter. And Cascades haven't had a clean start to this one. Tour for Bains with Dr. Narcisse. Cooley under the bucket off glass. And that's an assist and a bucket for Matty Cooley.
An interesting look so far from Coach Friesen. Putting the ball early in Vick Toor's hands, noticing the fact that Parm doesn't have an ability to get that three-point shot off as easily when he has to meander around a pick and roll, paying off thus far.
Now, Dr. Narcisse listed as a 4th year. Makazu loses the handle under the bucket, and Daniel Adederin is there. Vick Toor in his 3rd year, trying to blow by William Cisse, and he's blocked by Adam Benrabah. Oh, the air just came out of this gym after the first couple possessions. Tied 4-4, 8:16 left to go in the first quarter. Vick Toor. Sukjo Bains fights through the screen from Rabah. He's got it for Matty Cooley, and a foul against Sukjo with Ben Rabah. He's frustrated early, Andrew. First foul against the Cascades. First foul on either side. And Sukjo's going to have to put on his big boy pants and deal with that kind of contact, Andrew. You can't give those frustration fouls up early like this.
Yeah, of course, Winnipeg, reading the scouting reports, they know they're going to play him really tight. One of the best scorers in Canada West, and an even better defender. They're going to be physical at Sukjo all night long.
Wonder how many coaches, today the deadline I believe has passed, how many of them put Sukjo Bains on the Defensive Player of the Year list. Adam Benrabah commits the foul on Vick Toor. He's been active under the buckets, Benrabah. But that one's going to go in the penalty column. And Vick Toor will shoot 2, a chance to put his team up by 2, tied at 4, under 8 to play on CanadaWest.tv, brought to you by Co-op. And I'll never fail to remind you, Vick Toor was a 90% free throw shooter in his first year, Andrew. Whole Cascades team struggling from the line, though, this year. First free throw is good. Didn't look great, but does the trick, eh? See Dixon and Cisse, a little conversation over who's guarding who in which scenario. Daniel Adederin right back at the Cascades' own free throw line, and Vick Toor took a little bit of time for those 2 free throws, but that's what you got to do in playoffs. Dwight Dixon between the circles on Parm Bains. Here's Makazu with Cooley. Benrabah looks up for 3, puts it on the floor, back for Dixon. And now Cisse. Ambanza and now Makazu. The switch, the handoff. Makazu driving and fouled by Cooley or Toor. Toor's looking for the jump ball. Foul's going to go against Vick Toor. 2 import refs tonight, along with Kerry Rokosh. Narcisse gets in with a triple team. Is that a triple team look, Andrew? Cisse trying to drive in on Toor with a hand up. And William Cisse misses his first look of the night. Vick Toor for Parm Bains. Almost looked like nobody was there. Into the corner. Little pass to Matty Cooley. Skip into the corner. And now Vick Toor looking for Sukjo. Has trouble getting a handle of it. Parm Bains steps back on Makazu, driving inside the free throw line. Kick to Vick Toor, 5 on the shot clock. The 3 is good. Vick Toor, 9-4 UFV.
And a lot of patience so far in UFV's offense, waiting for the right shot to come at the right time. Nice driving kick there. Parm to Vick, guard to guard.
Narcisse to Dixon, drives right, and Parm trying to defend. The pivot, and now Narcisse goes right, behind the back left, picks up the dribble. Makazu for three. Coach Friesen wants it on the floor, and it is. It's 9-6, but Makazu stepping out, stretching it out for the Westmen. That could be valuable, Andrew.
Yeah, Makazu, a big body, standing 6'8", transfer out of Lincoln University. Speaking of driving kicks, Sukcho unable to finish that one.
Dana Detterin with the offensive board. Parm Baines for three. It's good! The Cascades up 12-6 with 6:15 left to play in the first quarter. Cisse, one of the top rebounders in Canada West year after year. Ben Rabat for three, catch and shoot. Fouled by Daniel Detterin, his first, team third. And that'll be three the easy way for Adam Ben Rabat. Spaz Nikolov's going to check in, as will Don Dayrit, the three-point shooting mastermind from Oak. Oh, he's from Sisler High. Ben Rabat hits the first of two. It's 12-7 UFV, 6:01 to play. That's the third foul in the quarter against Cascades. Only one against the Westmen, Andrew. Ben Rabat will shoot his second. It's no good. Sorry, that's a three-point foul there, so he will shoot a third now. Redshirt Jared Jacob clapping in the background during that free throw. All three are good from Ben Rabat. He came alive Saturday for the Westmen against UFV. Tour under the bucket, the stutter step, and with the left hand from the right side, he's good. 14-9, Vick Toor pulling the Cascades further ahead. Ben Rabat to Nikolov, and now Dayrit looking inside. He's got Cisse. The post up, the double team. Nikolov can't handle the pass under the bucket. Cooley keeps control with the steal. Baines tries to stutter step past Dayrit. Trying to still get inside. The ability to withstand the contact and keep his dribble for Parm Baines, Andrew. What can you say about that?
Yeah, you can see drawing a lot of contact on the hedge there, coming over from, of course, the Westmen. But Parm, that hesitation so tough to contain. And that's what we're talking about the pregame show. If UFV just continues to attack here tonight, they're either going to get great looks at the rim, good opportunities for the driving cook, or they're going to end up at the free throw line.
Cooley and Detterin head to the bench. Sukraj Baines and Jordan Seacon come in for the first time tonight. Parm Baines, the pull-up step back. Sukraj Baines keeps it in bounds, and Jordan Seacon driving to the bucket. The right hand is good. Seacon is in and ready to go.
And potentially one of the most decisive attacks of the rim from Jordan Seacon all season. Caught that offensive board off the tip from Sukraj, took it in with force.
Dayrit and Sukraj Baines picks up the loose ball. Sukraj paying dividends immediately, Andrew. And Spaz Nikolov, a hand on that close range look from Vick Toor. Cisse to Ben Rabat. Catch and shoot. No good. Sukjo in front of Sukraj. The Baines boys up to Tour in transition, left-handed, short. Sukraj Baines almost there. And, you know, if he didn't, look at him hustle back up the court. Dayrit in the corner for three. I tell you, Sukraj Baines, another rebound off the miss. And if Sukraj didn't stretch the way he does before games, Andrew, that could have been trouble. But he is just a meticulous stretcher. Right hand, off glass, no good. Nikolov with the defensive board. 69 Cascades, 4:08 to play.
And a frenetic pace right now. Everything just going towards the basket. Narcisse, a few steps on that one. Count him up. But you can see it. Coach Friesen thinking the same thing.
Another Sukraj Baines rebound. I think he's got about 4 or 5 here in the couple minutes that he's been playing. Parm Baines, that ball knocked up by Adam Ben Rabat, and then Spaz Nikolov had it. Cisse thought about the three, keeps possession and the dribble. Dayrit for three over Tour, and he hits that, his third. Finally, Don Dayrit with a triple to, if Saskatchewan were to lose to Brandon. In the standings, yeah, Manitoba is 4, Vic is 5, UFV 6, then Sask 7, Thompson Rivers 8, Lethbridge 9, Winnipeg 10, Regina 11, and Brandon 12. But none of that matters when it comes to playoffs because it reseeds according to RPI. Narcisa Mbanza stepping into Sukjo Baines, and Jordan Seacon tries to get up there. But it's a 2-point game, UFV. That timeout really paid off for Coach Rainbow, Andrew. Sukjo Baines driving in and knocked away from him by William Cisse, who picks up the ball at sidelines. Kenan Hadzovic in the game defending on Narcisa Mbanza. The left hand now to Cisse and Dayrit with Sukjo Baines. Tries to make some space, gets inside, turns around between the legs, behind the back, pass to, was that Cisse?
Yeah, it was indeed. Talk about a nifty move.
Oh my God! To tie it up, Don Dayrit just blew my freaking mind. Kenan Hadzovic to Sukraj Baines. Somehow keeps the lead, 18-16. But Don Dayrit, where did you come from, sir? And why would you try to do that in a game? Unbelievable. Here he is. What else can he do? Step back on Hadzovic. It's good. Okay, he can do a couple things. 19-18 Westman. We know he's a shooter. UFV has explicit instructions. Do not let Don Dayrit shoot. Parm Baines tries to get to the corner for Kenan Hadzovic. Too fast, too loose, Andrew. Dayrit for three. 2 in a row. No. Will Cisse behind the back, an over the back foul. Under 2 to play in the first quarter. The Cascades down 1. Daniel Adederin checks back in. A couple key turnovers for UFV, Andrew.
Yeah, and right here, Don Dayrit, 2 huge threes and a highlight pass. 6 of the Westman's 19 points.
Parm Baines under the bucket. The spin. He'll shoot 2. That'll be charged to number 4, Sean Moran. And Moran absolutely shut Parm down in Winnipeg, Andrew. It's really uncanny the work he was able to do on Parm Baines. First free throw is good from Parm. Ties it up at 19. Second free throw. Finally, after 4 bounces drops, and the Cascades have a 20-19 lead. They need a stop and a score to feel comfortable going into that second quarter. Makazu, the left hand, and now with Dixon, almost beats Jordan Seacon, but he's able to close that down. Cisse, the swipe from Hadzovic. And no good from Joseph Medrano. Kenan Hadzovic steps on the sideline in transition with William Cisse, causing him havoc. 1:28 left to go. Cascades got their stop, but another turnover on the other side. Cisse to Medrano. Here's Marinin. Marinin to Dixon. Medrano. Makazu posting up on Dan Adederin. And it's good high glass for Dante. He must have played Daniel at 1. Oh, no, you know what? He might have been junior varsity at the time Daniel was in his senior year. Parm tries to kick it out to Jazz Baines. And Parm is taking his time getting up off the floor. Finally rejoins pursuit. Here's Moranin for 3 from Cisse. It's ugly. It's off. Dixon can't convert. Here's Parm Baines with Moranin. Under 40 to play. Cascades down 1, 21-20. Seacon fakes the handoff for Baines. Just Bajwa for 3. No good. Medrano's there. So now just under 30 to play, about a 3-second shot clock, game clock differential, Andrew. And give the Westmen full points for coming back into this game after 12-6. They're now leading by 1, looking to go into the second quarter with maybe a little more than that. Medrano for 3, no good. Seacon the board, 5 seconds left. William Cisse and Moranin. A lot of contact with Parm Baines, and he's had a rough shooting. 21-20, the Cascades turned it over 7 times, only 1 for the Westmen, Andrew. Only 1. Winnipeg 9 points off turnover, the Cascades zilch. Cooley to Seacon, to Cooley again. Cascades Tour in the corner. It's very short. Mbanza in transition now into Sukjo Baines. And Tour and Seacon team up to try to defend that after the shot went up over Sukjo.
And right there, overly defensively committing on that one. Of course, two guys going up. Everyone forgot the box out. And speaking of forgot about someone, Vick Toor, backdoor cut.
I think that was an accidental whistle just there. Oh, he found a wet spot.
But one of the amazing stats from that first quarter, Aaron, Winnipeg has shot 9 more field goals than the Cascades, giving them ample opportunities to take more threes. Of course, they've attempted 3 already, plus 3 more threes than the Cascades has, and 7 turnovers to just 1 for the Westmen. So right now, really responsible with the ball.
Oh, and you know, Don Dayrit didn't register an assist for that between the legs. Brilliant assist either. So we're just killing it. Ben Rabat for 3. It's good. 26-22. UFV falling apart.
But we won't forget about you, Don Dayrit. We'll remember that pass.
On the court.
But history will not.
Apparently not. Apparently not. Matty Cooley, the runner. That was not a pretty play, and Matty Cooley paid for it with the foul. That's the first against the Cascades, first against Cooley. 9 minutes left here in the second quarter. This is do or die, Andrew, and I don't think the Cascades are playing like they recognize that.
No, right now, I'm looking for the type of body language we saw in Game 1 of that 3-game set against UBC last year. A squad that comes out determined and motivated. Right now, UFV sitting in the back seat, very reserved, looking a little bit complacent.
Dixon under the bucket to Makazu and the Cascades. In tennis, I think that'd be what you call an unforced error, Andrew.
Yes, it is true. I love tennis. Can't wait for tennis season. Best tennis player potentially out of BC, Vasek Pospisil, Pride of Vernon.
I imagine you play tennis. Tour with contact under the bucket, a double dribble called, and the Cascades can't capitalize on the repeated turnovers they're forcing. Now, Don Dayrit, as he drives by, I want you to get that assist. I want history to remember that between the legs, turnaround, bounce pass.
If it's any solace, Instagram, on the at least the Westman account, must remember that assist.
Ben Rabat again for 3! He's been a Cascade killer, and now the Westmen are up 7 because nobody wants to guard the wing, Andrew. Vick Toor under the bucket, quick couple, fouled by Dante Makazu. Vick Toor will shoot 2. 1 foul apiece here in the quarter. It's 29-22. Winnipeg on CanadaWest.tv, brought to you by Co-op. Vick Toor, the first of 2, is good. He's 3 for 3 so far today. Cascades haven't missed a free throw. They were 2 for 4 from deep in the first quarter. And they were 7 for 14 overall, shooting 50% all through the day, but trailing by 1 and now by 5. With 8 minutes.
Now with double-digit scoring already, so pacing the Cascades in a lot of different respects. Westman have not found a defender who's able to contain his foot speed so far.
Dayrit, the left hand, gets through the screen. The elbow, fader, no good, and put back by Dante Makazu. And you can hear the cheerleading section behind us for the rookie. 7-point Westman lead. The screen from Cooley. Vick Toor, the fake up. Cooley can't get the rebound. Narcisse in transition, stepping into Sukjo again. The Euro step left hand, no good. Gets his own board. Offensive foul against the Westmen. Pair of Baines boys, Sukraj and Parmal check in. Narcisse Mbanza charged with the personal foul. It's his first, team second. That is an upset man. Drops the ball subtly, but pointedly at half court. Vick Toor, hand off to Jordan Seacon with Don Dayrit, driving in, picking up his dribble to Parm Baines with Mbanza. Steps into Spaz Nikolov. Now Jordan Seacon between the circles. Vick Toor with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Through the shoulder for Sukjo. Baines for 3. No good. And Sukraj Baines, a great box out by Don Dayrit to keep him away from that board. Here's Ben Rabat. Cisse Ambanza, right hand, pass Seacon off glass, 33-24. The Cascades getting torn apart, Andrew.
And right now, penetration is just name of the game for the Westmen, able to get into the interior either for easy layups or offensive moves around the room.
Don Dayrit charged with the third team foul here in the second quarter. Sean Marinin will check in. It's a second foul against Dayrit, so the man with the fancy passing and the fancy shooting is neutralized for the moment for the Cascades. Marinin comes in. Sorry, Moranin is how you pronounce Sean's name. The rookie from Sisler High, again, did a great job on Parm last year. It was last year in 2019, early in this 2019-20 season. That's now the fourth foul against the Westmen here in the second quarter. Only 3 and a bit ticked away. So the Cascades getting some help. Baines for his second triple of the night. No good. Looks like Sukraj Baines almost got a rebound there and put it back, but it didn't go. Banza tries to kick to Dixon, and Vick Toor is there. You called his number early, Andrew, and he's the only thing keeping the Cascades in the game right now. Parm Baines to Jordan Seacon, puts it on the floor in front of Ben Rabah, loses the handle. It's going to be Cascade ball with 15 on the shot clock, 6:23 left to go here in the second quarter. But after that first quarter performance, I did not see the Cascades being stuck 9 here in the second. Sukjo from 3, puts it on the floor, steps into Spaz, and that is a charging foul. Sukjo with his second. And one groin pull, quote unquote, deserves another. Maybe it's a groin push, because Parm had one earlier, and now Spaz looks like he's just adjusting the jock strap. I'm pretty sure basketball players don't wear. Matty Cooley checking in. That's the second foul against the Cascades here in the second. Sukraj Baines takes a seat. And the Cascades need to get organized quick, Andrew, because this game has a propensity to get right away from them. Narcisse over Matty Cooley. Great touch. Timeout, Coach Friesen. 6:07 left to go here in the first. There's a school out there.
We're failing right now, Aaron. We're Ontario exports.
We suck. You know what I know about Algoma? Vitry is there. Ryan Vitry is there, the son of Guy Vitry, who the Victoria preseason tournament is named after. His son coaches at Algoma. Parm Baines, the handoff to Vick Toor. Winnipeg bench wanted a travel. Sukjo for 3 over Ben Rabah, and he drills it! That was a high arcing 3 from Algoma, wherever that is in Ontario, Andrew.
Absolutely. 3+ hours outside of Toronto, that's for sure. And Ben Rabah looking skyward as that one hit the bottom of the net.
Narcisse changes directions in the air. Wow, 10-point lead for Winnipeg, and Coach Friesen can't believe it. Under 5:30 left to play. So lucky for the Cascades that Sukraj was able to drain that high arcing 3. Cooley the spin on Nikolov. High glass, it's good. The Coolinator with the moves.
And right now, a lot of good efforts here from the Cascades. 5 points out of the timeout. But Narcisse, does he have the response?
Back to Ben Rabah for 3 again over Jordan Seacon. No go. Vick Toor is there. Can the Cascades make the Westmen pay in transition? Narcisse just letting the offense go by him. Vick Toor tips it back for Parm Baines off his own miss. Now Jordan Seacon for 3, and he drills it! Jordan Seacon, the third year, drops the fingers, just so you know.
Here with the Winnipeg, of course, Coach Mike Rainbow calling a timeout, trying to stop the bleeding. They were up 11, only down to 5 right now.
Dixon to Ambanza. He's got Mukazu. Here's Moranin. Dixon and Ambanza. An offensive foul against Sean Moranin. And he wants the foul to go against Daniel Adederin. And after some early words, he just hangs out around Kerry Rokosh without saying anything about it. So Moranin realizes, I'm not at home. Maybe. That's the 5th foul against the Westmen, though. So the Cascades a huge break here when it was looking like they were going to be run out of their own town here. Parm Baines just hits it for 3 in front of Narcisse. And Dr. Narcisse has decided I'll be treating this shooter with no arms.
A little bit too much bedside manner.
That's a good, yeah, I like that. Narcisse, the left hand, the right, behind the back on a Dederin, on top of Cooley. And he can hit Kenny Ever.
Oh, yeah, talk about a little bit of a heat check there. Narcisse getting hot here in the second. But Mr. Eastern Commerce coming out of a Toronto powerhouse high school showing out here.
You call it a heat check when it's mid-range pull-up? You heat check a pull-up?
I think I just call it a heat check if you hit a few in a row.
Sure, okay.
Just if you're orchestrating for yourself after a string of buckets. Okay. I wouldn't call a layup a heat check, though, because that's a gimme.
Unless you break. Okay, sure. 3:34 left to go. Cascades with the offensive foul. That's going to go against the Coolinator. You know, with an intimidating name like that, you got to imagine he's always fouling people, right? Cascades got to make use of this bonus time they've got with 3:34 left in the half. And no fouls to give for the Westmen. Dixon and William Cisse back in the game. Here's Narcisse, the double team and the switch. Over Daniel Adederin, no good. And Adederin almost committed the second three-point foul on Narcisse so far today. Dixon is fouled by Kenan Hadzovic before he gets the shot off. He misses that shot regardless. And that'll be Hadzovic's first. It's the fourth of the Cascades here in the second quarter. UFV making life difficult for themselves, but a big hand up from Dwight Dixon there, missing the first of 2 free throws.
I swear Dwight must be wearing Narcisse's socks, because those are CBL socks, I can say with certainty, not for sale, only given to players.
Oh yeah.
So Narcisse helping his buddy out.
Well, hey, maybe
unless there's something I don't know about. Maybe he's going to find his way on a roster. I don't know.
Oh, Dan Adederin tries to get that ball with the extra pass and is intercepted. There's under the bucket from Medrano, no go. Now Medrano to the short corner for Dixon. He wants a little cut. 8 on the shot clock. Dixon over Cooley. And Matty Cooley can't stop a soul tonight, Andrew.
Yeah, right now, Cooley unfortunately on the wrong end of a bunch of looks with his hand outstretched. Not able to make an impact, though, disrupting shooters.
Hadzovic under the bucket. Great find for Cooley. He's got a few real nice looking assists. None like Don Dayrit. Narcisse at the 3-point line for Makazu. Now Dixon drives in with Parm Baines, who slips out of bounds. Should be Westman ball. 8 on the shot clock. Ben Rabah will check back in now. Cisse takes a seat. Makazu looking for the inbound. He gets it. No problem. Too easy, Andrew.
Yeah, Dante Makazu able to create space between him and Daniel Adederin. Just that body of force. 6'8", but a thick, so wide girth. Able to punish the Cascades on the interior.
Dan Adederin takes this spill. A lot of hard contact on both sides tonight. Cooley just blocked by Makazu, and he'll shoot 2. Looking for the highlight reel play. The Makazu family is really enjoying themselves right behind us.
Yeah, making the drive up from North Delta, wearing a Thing 1 and Thing 2 shirt. They're into it, sported red and black, but you have to love the no fear in Matt Cooley's eyes, of course. Been on the wrong end defensively a few times, but offensively still contributing with some passes and attacking the rim, which is exactly what we said at the top of the show, Aaron. Winnipeg fouls a ton, 20 per game in the bonus right now. Cascades just have to keep getting to the free throw line,
which they've done less than every team in the country so far this year. Cooley misses the second. Cascades down 6-2 left in the first half. Dixon pushed back by Baines. Nicola the screen. Dixon won't go over Cooley, does go over Baines. 8-point lead Winnipeg. These are important minutes now. The Cascades need to capitalize. Hadzovic for three. No good. Keeping it alive is Jazz Bajwad at Parm Baines. Trying to step back for the three. Hadzovic for three. It's short. Well short. Ben Rabat comes up with it. It was behind him. Way up ahead to Spaz on the mismatch. He knocks it off of Kenan Hadzovic, as Ben Rabat noticed that he had a mouse in the house. All points for Kenan Hadzovic to be able to get in the way of Nikolov making a highlight reel play out of that one. Narcisse with 16 on the shot clock, under the bucket for Nikolov, and the Cascades down 10. Sukraj Baines is going to come check in for UFV. Cooley fakes the pass to Tour, to Kenan Hadzovic on the shoulder. Back to Cooley under the bucket, and turnovers playing a huge part into this one for UFV. Andrew, less than a minute to go in the first half. And they are struggling to keep controlling the ball in the first quarter. Winnipeg had 9-0 points off the turnover, Andrew, and they're up 10 now here in the second. Dixon over half court to Narcisse Mbanza. Spaz Nicolau to Joseph Medrano. Here's Dixon again between the circles. A pair of shot clocks left. For three, it's good. And just a salute to the bench. Cool as a cucumber, Dwight Dixon. The steal on Parm Baines, and then he loses the possession. If you're UFV, you've got to hope that is the miscue that deflates the Winnipeg Westmen here in the second.
A bucket and a stop. You got to get it right now. 6 seconds, not quite enough. You could go 2 for 1, but you'd be really jamming yourself on the other end, depending on the type of look Winnipeg gets.
So it's not a steal for Dixon. Goes down as just 7 seconds ticked off that clock. And an out-of-bounds play. Jazz Bajwa gets the inbound from Tour. Medrano with Tour. Driving inside on the left hand. Kicks it out to Bajwa for three. Misses. Tour the big board. Jazz back to Bajwa. Steps in. Jumps out for three. It's good, Jazz Bajwa. And he didn't hit a more important three so far this year. Heading into the half to keep it at a 10-point deficit. The Westmen with Mbanza inside for Nikolov. Fouled by Sukraj Baines. Sent him to the line. And with 2.4 seconds left, the Cascades just not able to put it together as a team for any amount of time here.
Right now, Winnipeg has all the responses. For every little bit of a retort we've seen from the Cascades, of course, got it back to a 6-point deficit, a 5-point deficit. But Winnipeg responding here, big and one, courtesy the pride of Sofia, Bulgaria, Spaz Nikolov.
Parm Baines for three from half court is short. It's 54-41. The Winnipeg Westmen coming in and stunning. Offensive foul to start off the third quarter. UFV, I'd call it home cooking, but that's an out-of-town ref right here at home. 9 seconds into the third quarter, UFV with their biggest break so far tonight. Vick Toor over half court in a hurry to Parm Baines. Matty Cooley between the circles to Sukjo. Baines followed by William Cisse. Cooley out to Tour, the left hand, the free throw line for Sukjo. 8 on the shot clock. 2 dribbles, loses the handle, goes flying, and a foul kick ball is the call. So they'll put the shot clock back to 14 seconds. And the Cascade another break here to open the third quarter. This is still the opening drive of the third quarter, really. Baines comes around the corner for three. Can't hit. Sukjo can't keep control of the loose ball, and it's Dixon.
And right now in this game, down 14, anytime Winnipeg leaves the door open, you have to be converting.
Cooley gets in the way of that pass. It's out of bounds on the Cascades. They need to play shutdown D for the rest of this night, Andrew. You can't give up 108 points and win at this level, really.
Yeah, have to be suffocating from here on out. Length has to play a factor. If you can shut down the facilitation and the scoring from Narcisse and Banza, and that's a good way to do it right there. His arms get locked up, but offensive boards can't allow any of those.
Cascades get out unscathed in that possession. Dana Ditteren in transition with William Cisse. He sees Sukjo Baines, and now Matty Cooley to Vick Toor in the corner for three. Misses it wild. Matty Cooley has it. It's knocked out of bounds by Adam Benrabah. Under 9 to play in the third quarter. Still no scoring in the half. Makazu and Cooley. Dana Ditteren trying to do the same that the Westmen have done to them. And Parm Baines gives it away on the baseline. Benrabah takes it away. Banza under the bucket. Intercepted by Cooley. Keeps it alive for Parm Baines, who's fouled by Dixon the second against the Westmen in the third quarter. And the Cascades keep getting a little bit of help from the refs, but they're not really turning those into points or opportunities.
You know what's really tough here, Aaron? So far in the night, Cascades have 13 turnovers. 7 of those have come from Parm Baines.
Baines under the bucket, mauled by a couple Westmen. Now Dixon stepping into the double team and stolen by Toor. UFV just cannot make themselves an offensive chance that's 6 right now, but they keep pulling away on the defensive end.
And look at the communication from the veteran, Will Cisse, of course a senior, potentially fighting for his final game as well, talking to each other. Think with your heads right now, of course, for the Westmen. 3 fouls already in less than 2 minutes.
Really, in a minute and a half, 90 seconds. 19 seconds on the shot clock. I don't know why they restart that inbound here, but they do.
That's what we were saying, of course. Winnipeg, not always a disciplined team. You've got to get to the free throw line and chip your way back into this.
Yeah, chip. It's going to have to be one play at a time. Under the bucket, right hand, Sukjo Baines. That's what we like to see.
And that's one of the things, when you're getting teams into foul trouble, they're going to let you get to the rim because they don't want to put you in the bonus. Keep doing that, Sukjo. You're up to 5 points.
Dixon, Benrabah, looking for Narcisse. Deep in the pocket, bounce pass to Cisse, posting up on Baines. The left hand is no good, and Cooley keeps it alive for Sukjo. Another great couple possessions for UFV. Vick Toor now, left hand pushed back by Mbanza. To Cooley. Hand off to Baines. Bounce pass back to Cooley. Tries to go out to Vick Toor, and again, the quick ball movement getting the Cascades into so much trouble. Mbanza pushed back by Sukjo Baines. Over Sukjo, no good. A Ditteren with the board. Vick Toor now in transition to Dana Ditteren for 3. And Mbanza had Sukjo Baines sealed. 7:15 left. Still early going here in the third. Under the bucket and pushed to the side is William Cisse. It looks like that was Vick Toor doing the honors. Steps into Dixon, now to Cooley, back to Toor. Sukjo Baines now. Cooley, skip to Parm Baines. Swatted at by William Cisse. And under 7 to play. The Cascades still have the only points here in the third quarter. Cisse at the far shoulder with Baines. Mbanza driving right hand with Sukjo. Back to Makazu. Takes a step to the side. A wide open 3 is aired, and Vick Toor is there. The Cascades may have the Westmen at a disadvantage here by virtue of having had such an easy time. Parm Baines for 3, and it's only an 8-point game. The Cascades may have lulled the Westmen into a sense of complacency, Andrew.
That's exactly what you need to do right now. Keep that defensive intensity up. Force them into deep 3-point shots, and claw your way back into this.
A miss for the Westmen. Parm Baines the rebound now. Unfortunately, Andrew, this is a lot of energy to be expending for the Cascades, only to have scored 5 points here in the quarter so far. Though they have kept the Westmen scoreless. Sukjo for 3. No contact is the call. He really wanted it. Benrabah says, no, stop complaining. And now Sukjo's having a talk here with the referee and seems to understand what the call was based on. 5:50 left to play. That's a corner inbound for William Cisse, and it'll be Sean Moranen bringing the ball up for Winnipeg. Big possession here defensively for the Cascades. Can they keep the Westmen scoreless here in the third. Ben Rabah baseline with a Deterin. He challenges. Don't know if he got a hand on that, but Vick Toor comes away with the board. Here's Parm Baines. Quick shot for three. No good. And Vick Toor keeps it. Knocks it off Don Dayrit. Dana Deterin has to go out of bounds. Pushed away by one of the Westmen off of a Deterin, and still the Westmen are scoreless in the first 4.5 minutes of this third quarter. This is exactly what the Cascades need. They are back in this, but they need to score now. It's an 8-point lead.
Yeah, can't be going into the fourth down more than 5. Obviously, it's something that you can surmount, but need to make it easy on yourselves.
Baines drives. Sukjo wide open over Cisse for three. It's no good, and the Cascades are well off the mark here in the third. They need to go away from that three-point look, Andrew. Such success going inside that Sukjo Baines drive. Jordan Seacon defending on William Cisse. In and out of the bucket. Cascade possession. Kerry Rokush with the whistle. 5:05 left to play, and it'll certainly be 5 minutes of no scoring in the third for the Westmen. Parm Baines with Moranen. Turns around to Cooley. Back to Baines for three. It's short. Cooley chases down the loose ball. Puts it on the floor. Bounce pass to a Deterin. If he can start attacking in the post like this, gets away from Ben Rabah. The pass back to the district attorney, who's good, making Ben Rabah pay for the complaints. The objection is overruled by the judge, our referee, and Coach Rainbow not happy with it, but the Cascades on a 7-0 run to start the third quarter. Very low scoring third quarter. 5 and a bit in, and the California crew kind of getting into it for William Cisse over there and Sean Moranen. Vick Toor coming in as a Deterin checks out. Cisse takes his seat, and Ambanza checks back in for him. So Spaz Nikolov, Dante Makazu, Don Dayrit, Sean Moranen, and Narcisse Ambanza. Dayrit with Vick Toor. Cascades have done a marvelous job clawing in. They have given up some opportunities, though, here in the third nonetheless. Nikolov turns around on Cooley, and that is the first bucket, and probably one of the better post-defensive sets that Cooley's had here tonight.
Yeah, you can see Spaz Nikolov, of course, that length checking back in as Cooley checks up for three. Potentially not the shot that you want right there, but they're going to keep alive another possession.
Cascades down 8. Sukjo with 6 on the shot clock. 5-4 now. Taking his sweet time. Bounce pass to Cooley. And that is a shot clock violation. Cooley from short range just not able to convert right now. And Matty Cooley's having a tough night, Andrew.
And right there you can see Cooley kind of caught him between the decision. Am I going to try and put it on a poster? Am I going to go off glass? Left the ball a little bit too deep.
UFV still down 8. Only 2 points for the Westmen here in the third. Under 4 to play on CanadaWest.tv, brought to you by Co-op. Spaz Nikolov to Narcisse Ambanza, the left hand, the right hand. At the free throw line, driving back towards the bucket. Left hand is traveled. Narcisse Ambanza almost pulled some fancy footwork there. But you know, it's a great record by Chromio. Not a play where you don't get called for a travel. Jordan Seacon off Don Dayrit for 3, misses, and the Cascades just content to shoot for 3 and miss right now. It's really frustrating, Andrew. 3.5 to play. William Cisse here in the third quarter. Narcisse Ambanza. They wanted to take advantage of what they identify as a mismatch on Parm Baines, and that's going to be a foul against Baines. That's the first foul against the Cascades in the third. The referees have been doing their part here for UFV. 3 fouls against Westman, only 1 against the Cascades. The inbound from Moranen to Dayrit, no good. Sukjo looks for the defensive board, and he's called for an over-the-back foul. Kind of threw his body. Actually, it'll be Jordan Seacon called with that foul. The second against the Cascades here in the quarter. And that's why all those opportunities they had early in this third, Andrew, you have to make them count. Otherwise, there's only so many chances you're going to get. Dayrit with Toor, steps off, the 3 in the corner. No good. Cisse the board. Posts up on Seacon. No good. Vick Toor pulls it down. 3 left in the third quarter. Cascades want to make some fancy passing from Vick Toor. Cascades want to make the last couple minutes of this quarter count, Andrew. Baines out to Seacon. Looks for 3. Good from Jordan Seacon!
Jordan Seacon missing the one prior badly, but he's 2 for 4 from deep on the night. UFV can't shoot their way back into this one, but right now, those threes are huge.
I mean, if it wasn't for the 4 misses in between, you'd say, well, maybe they should keep trying that. Seacon now with the drive, kicks it out to Toor, to Baines for 3. And no, he misses that one. Under the bucket is William Cisse.
Roof would have come off that place if that had fallen.
You got me there in the steal for Vick Toor. Egg on my face. Still only 2 points for the Westmen in the quarter. Sukjo Baines, maybe a moving screen from Cooley, but Baines scores 56-53, and Coach Rainbow needs a timeout with 2:07 left to play. Sean Moranin will take the point for the Winnipeg Westmen. Narcisse Mbanza with Sukjo Baines, and right now I think it's true for both teams, Coach Walton's advice. You gotta score some buckets, find somebody to guard, and get a rebound. The Cascades with the turnover. Sukjo Baines throws it towards William Cisse, goes up the left hand, it's good, and the Cascades are down 1!
Sukjo Baines just energized right now. That first step in his hands, looking soft and delicate on his way to the rim. That left hand has really improved this year.
Spaz Nikolov looking for the handoff to Mbanza. The screen on Sukjo Baines for 3 from Mbanza. It's no good. Long board. Jordan Seacon's there, of course. 1:25 left to go. The Cascades can take the lead with a score here. Sukjo going to the left hand, bounce pass to Cooley. With 2 hands, he's fouled. And a chance to give it to the Cascades at the line. Not so hesitant there, was he, Andrew?
Yeah, right now, Cooley, you just got to cram it on their head every time. You want to send a message to the Westmen. You're here for playoff ascendance.
1:19 left to go in the third quarter of a single game elimination contest. Cascades down 56-55. They've given up a total of 2 points here in the third quarter, down 13. To start the half, Matty Cooley misses the first free throw. Cascades were 7 for 8 in the first half from the line. Just relax. Says, I don't know if that was the bench or you, Andrew, or Andy from BCIT upstairs, the greatest from that harrowed institution.
Those hallowed halls.
Hallowed halls, that's the word. Cooley ties it up at 56. Don Dayrit, bounce pass to McCazu, and now Dixon with Parm Baines. Foul off the ball. It's going to go against the Cascades from the looks of it. Sukjo Baines, the likely culprit, and it is Sukjo. And Sukjo wants a little bit of an explanation from Kerry Rokosh, who, a veteran, wonderful referee, is very happy to provide that explanation. Willie Cisse to Dayrit, in on the bucket, and it's good. Andrew, that wasn't pretty, but it counts. 58-56, UFV down 2, and they're happy to be there after the 13-point deficit at half. Sukjo Baines driving in on Cisse, and kicking it back to Cooley, and now Jordan Seacon with 9 on the shot clock. Sukjo steps back for 3. It's no good. Can Cooley keep it alive? No. That's Dixon on the floor. Passes it off to Cisse. Here's Dayrit with a 2-point lead in the closing 35 seconds of the third quarter. Narcisse Mbanza with Sukjo Baines. Sukjo gets through the screen from McCazu. Loses the handle. Sukjo picks it up with Vick Toor in transition, and William Cisse. Toor under the bucket to Sukjo. Loses the handle, and he will shoot 2. Sukjo Baines going to the line and tried to share it with his teammate Vick Toor. Some good thinking. It was a 2-on-1 that slowly became a 2-on-2, or quickly, I should say. And now Sukjo can tie it up at the line. This is where Sukjo Baines has had so much frustration over the course of the last 2 years.
Yeah, and right now, Sukjo, your progression will not be felt any more presently than it can be right now. 2 big free throws in this gym. Let's get real quiet.
And if he doesn't hit the second, the key will be to have an active UFV deep, because this is where they've really suffered from the free throws, is missing free throws late in quarters and then giving up rebounds that have led to points. Just while the seconds close. That did not come off the hand well. And we're going to get set for the rebound. Sukjo hits the second. I think that was Adam Ben-Rabah shouting from the sideline while the shot went up. 58-57. UFV down 1. Dixon to that's Joseph Medrano. Narcisse taking his time with Sukjo. Makazu ready for the screen. Narcisse off of it. Hedges back, the left hand inside to Makazu and out of bounds off Matty Cooley. He's had some butterfingers tonight, Andrew, but with 0.4 seconds left, Coach needs everybody guarding the hoop here. Dixon inbound, up and no good from Ben-Rabah. Great effort. The Cascades down.
And Banza heading into the third, 1 turnover. Leaving the third, 5.
Cascades actually even now on the rebound battle as well. They were down 5 at half. And the final 10 minutes going home is either going to be Will Cisse and Adam Ben-Rabah, knowing they'll never play in Canada West again. And Adam Ben-Rabah knows with that steal, I got to watch out. Number 2, Joseph Medrano for 3, and it's a 4-point deficit for UFV. Just as I say that, Parm Baines, Matty Cooley, and Sukjo Baines, they could be going home after their last game tonight. And for the Cascades, too, 61-59, Vick Toor with points number 14 and 15 tonight. He's got 7 rebounds and 3 assists coming into this quarter, along with 2 steals. Narcisse Mbanza, the left hand, pass to Makazu off glass, and it's good. So the scoring here in the fourth looking a little different, Andrew, than in the third. Vick Toor, the left hand, inside 2 steps, bounce pass to Cooley, and it's not working for UFV these days, Andrew. That give and go with the no-look bounce, it's not paying off.
Yeah, defense is reading the scouting report. They know Cooley's rolling hard to the rim, and that little Nash-esque wraparound has not been working thus far.
Cooley gets the inbound here, top of the key for 2, no good. Vick Toor, a big board, kicks it back out for Sukjo for 3. It's good from Sukjo Baines. Might as well be his senior night. That's his. Let's give him. Yeah, it's only his second triple of the night, Andrew, and it's 63-62. UFV trails Winnipeg by 1. Narcisse Mbanza off the screen from Makazu. Toor swiped at it, almost got a hand. Mbanza behind the three-point line with Sukjo Baines. 5 on the shot clock, 8:30 left to go in the game. Medrano for 3, no good. Sukjo Baines tracks it down. He's got 6 boards at least. Vick Toor, if the Cascades can score, they can put themselves in the lead, Andrew.
First time since 12-6, I believe.
Yep. Well, I mean,
of course,
a while
they
after
made
that.
Back, but yeah,
totally. Parm Baines kicks out to Matty Cooley, mid-range jumper, no good. And Mbanza's there. Dixon up to Medrano with Seacon. Now Mbanza far shoulder with Sukjo. Foul off the ball. It's against Parm Baines. That'll be his second. Cascade's very lucky to stay out of foul trouble right now. And I'd call it home cooking, but we got like 2 of 3 out-of-town refs. And Kerry Rokosh, I think he's called most of his fouls against the Cascades. So, I don't know. Maybe they've just done a good job, Andrew. Narcisse Mbanza taking his time with the dribble. Makazu behind the three-point line. Back to Narcisse. Cascade's doing a great job of interrupting the flow there for the Westmen. Cooley comes out of it with the ball, and here's Vick Toor in transition now. Stepping into William Cisse, going to drive and stop. Matty Cooley at the elbow. Puts it on the floor. Looking for Toor. He's got him. 10 on the shot clock. 7.5 to play. Toor under the bucket for 2, and the Cascades up 64-63, Andrew, all the way back from 13 at half. Vick Toor just no fear. Keeps driving in. Coach Friesen wants a timeout. Dixon under the bucket. Kicks out to Dayrit, steps off of Vick Toor, loses that handle. That might have been a double dribble, no call. Maybe Toor had a hand on it. Dayrit could have been called or could have drawn a foul there. He did not. And Banza behind the three-point line, step back, doesn't make the buzzer. Does not make the buzzer, and that's one. Coach's challenge would be invoked no matter what on that if it was available in Canada West, Andrew.
Yeah, that one was pure. And Banza seemed to know it, though. He was looking down, suffocating defense. And talk about the rim contest from Jordan Seacon on that attempt by Dayrit. Saw daylight, and he just closed the door.
6:55 to play in the Cascades, catching all the breaks tonight, Andrew. They haven't capitalized on many of them, but just enough. Cooley through his legs. Dayrit up ahead of the pack with Dixon and Sukjo, and Vick Toor takes it right the HOA.
Player to watch here tonight, Vick Toor, huge impact.
Massive impact right now for Vick Toor. Sukjo Baines with William Cisse on the baseline. Out to Toor, right hand, spinning on Dixon, under the bucket. Gets rid of it to Sukjo. 7 on the shot clock. 6, 5 for 3 from Sukjo. No good. Dixon's there. Makazu was dancing kind of funny with Cooley outside of the blocks. 6:13 left to go. Cascades up 1. Narcisse and Banza outside the blocks. Back to Makazu. Wants no part of the shot. Dayrit with Seacon trying to break down, make some space. Gets inside to Cisse under the bucket. It's a travel. No, a foul on the floor against Jordan Seacon. Coach Friesen needs a timeout with a 1-point lead and 6 left to go in what could be it will be one of these team seasons. Talking to you, the guy with the sign. I hope you're what, because it's really kind of.
He's got to be a diehard.
Are you? Yeah, you imagine. Because if you're showing up to the game with like whiteboard signs, doing research on the guys and trash talking them, you better be watching this game from out of town. Matty Cooley with the defense. Makazu out of bounds. Cascades possession. 5:52 to go. I got a whiteboard sign for you. Cascades lead, 64-63. Seacon takes a seat.
Sorry, I cut you off. It's the sign when people take the Wilt Chamberlain scoring sign and they pencil in new records on it.
Yeah. Well, your record was more impressive than Wilt Chamberlain's record because everybody else was trying. And maybe not hungover. Vick Toor to Sukjo Baines and Dana Detterin. Hasn't seen that many minutes here. Under the bucket and knocked away from him. In transition is Dayrit with Seacon. Seacon getting up for it. He changes the shot, out of bounds. And Jordan Seacon won't register a block on that one. But boy, does the boy with hops have impact around the bucket on defense, Andrew.
Yeah, as we've seen this season, Jordan's minutes have steadily risen here in the second half. He's been averaging roughly between 20 and 25 a night. Due to that defensive versatility, and you talk about shot contests, one of those advanced stats that's measured in terms of defensive impact, Jordan certainly among the best at that, especially when defending the fast break.
Sukjo Baines with William Cisse to Dana Detterin. Almost lost it, cutting the other way. Keeps control. 7 on the shot clock now. To the free throw line. Spins off of Makazu. Off glass at Daniel Detterin. Didn't look the prettiest, but still showed his versatility. 66-63, a full possession. The Cascades lead. Don Dayrit under the bucket. The free throw line. Bounce pass to Makazu. Left hand is no go. Vick Toor commits the foul. Makazu will shoot 2 and could have worked out a lot worse for UFV.
Yeah, a really, really smart foul. As we said, Makazu and the rest of the Westmen, not great free throw shooters, just 65% or so on the season. Smartly done. But Daniel Detterin from villain to hero in a span of seconds on that last possession.
Makazu, the first free throw is good. 66-64. 4:58 to play. 3 fouls against the Cascades, 1 against the Westmen. Second free throw is good. Makazu has the touch. He's already drilled a 3 today.
Yeah, but someone's got to teach this hometown crowd. You're supposed to get loud on those, Aaron.
They're trying. Vick Toor behind the back. Almost intercepted by Banza. Matty Cooley under the bucket to Vick Toor. It's blocked by Dixon. Detterin fighting for the loose ball. It's going to go Cascades. Oh, it's going to go Westman way. 4:41 to go. And Daniel Detterin, a little limp action as he heads back on defense. Cascades with a 1-point lead as the Westmen will look to attack. And what do you see them trying here? Are we going to see a Cisse and Mbanza drive and kick spectacular?
I'm looking for Makazu, who's going to get the ball high off a pick and roll. And Banza's going to leak out around a corner. Quick dish to Ben Rabat, who's been quite quiet in the second half, besides disrupting free throw attempts. And we'll see. Ben Rabat going to take a 3-point strike.
For three from Dixon, no good. Cooley, the big board, and Matty Cooley couldn't come up with a bigger defensive board at a better time. Sukjo, the left hand, turned around with Cisse trying to get in there and caused a loose ball. Adederin for three. Drills it! Daniel Adederin! Villain to hero to superhero, Andrew!
The district attorney, as you affectionately call him, Aaron. 5 big points in the last 6 minutes of play here for Adederin.
And that's a 4-point lead now for UFV in the final 4 minutes. Narcisse for three. No good, and Vick Toor pulls down the air ball board. Under 4 to play. The Cascades by 2 possessions with the lead. Vick Toor to Matty Cooley, to Jordan Seacon with Ben Rabat. Gets inside, puts it up, and it's good. Jordan Seacon! Woo!
Not too far away.
Oh, I never noticed how that works.
Yeah.
Alnut Grove, you could also make the converse. 3:35 left to play. Cascades up 5. Makazu. Hand off to Narcisse Mbanza with Sukjo Baines. Don David around the corner over Vick Toor, and he misses. Makazu, a big offensive board. Dixon to Mbanza. 9 on the shot clock. Goes right. Goes left in the paint with Cooley, and a foul against the Cascades. Their 4th. This could be trouble, Andrew.
Yeah, right now talking about a difference in how the fouls are playing out in the third quarter. A very big change for the Westmen. Very responsible here in the 4th. Just 1 foul. Cascades playing with fire in those reaches.
That's 4 fouls against Sukjo Baines. Don Dayrit for 3, no good. Sukjo pulls down a big board and is fouled by that's either Narcisse or Makazu. And It'll go against Narcisse. Yeah, his 2nd of the night. The 3rd actually to Mbanza, the 2nd to the Westmen so far. And the full court press is on, down 6 with 3:14 to go. And the Cascades in a lot of foul trouble here in the 4th. Adederin knocked out of bounds by Dayrit. Adederin will inbound from in front of the coaching staff with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Cooley with Makazu. Looking for Sukjo Baines. He's trying to get an Oscar nom there. Sukjo with William Cisse. The right hand to the left hand. Trips. Cooley picks it up. The float in and out. Cisse with the board. Under 3 to play. Cascades up 6. Narcisse Mbanza can cut the lead in half with 1 shot. Trying to look for some space on Sukjo. The left hand gets through the screen from Makazu. Loses the handle, or maybe tries to make a pass to Dixon. Out of bounds. Off the Cascades. 2:39 left to play in the 4th. Cascades still up 71-65 on CanadaWest.tv. Cisse, the handoff back to Dixon. Mid-range, puts it on the right hand behind the 3-point line. Now driving in, under the bucket. Handoff to Makazu with Cooley. Cooley doesn't commit the foul, but Makazu scores the bucket.
Yeah, and a lot of contact there. Referees letting them play as Vick Toor barrels his way to the rim. But right now, refs are going to let them play this one out. UFV nursing a 4-point lead.
Nursing is a great way to put it, Andrew. Cooley trying to drive inside off glass. He's just not had the touch here in the second half, Andrew. Really struggling from close range. One of the better field goal percentage guys in the league, let alone the team, Andrew.
And speaking of letting them play, I repeat, Narcisse drawing a lot of contact on that possession. But yeah, lit over the basket for Cooley. You have to like the looks, though. Making the right choices, just not falling.
Under 2 to play. The Cascades up by barely more than a single possession. In fact, they've been up by this much in a game, and on 1 possession, lost. Well, 1 possession it got tied, and then they lost. Toor inside with Dixon. Changes directions off glass. Sukjo takes time to reset on the long O board. Now Cisse has Sukjo push far back. 5 on the shot clock. Sukjo takes Cisse down. Pull up at the free throw line. He lost the handle. Adederin went up hard for the putback and was fouled under the bucket. It looks like he hit his right elbow hard in the paint, though. And maybe his hip.
Yeah, potentially the tailbone there. You could hear a big thunderous thud as it came down, but it's good to see, walking under his own power.
He's going to head to the bench, actually, now. And so it looks like Bajwa's going to come in and shoot 2 for the Cascades. A minute and a half to play. Jazz Bajwa will shoot 2 for the injured Daniel Adederin. Hopefully Daniel just needs some time to himself kind of thing. First free throw is missed by Bajwa. On this team is a spot shooter. Guy who can create for himself and score. Misses the first at 2. He'll make it a comfortable 2-possession lead if he can hit this here. And he can. Bajwa, number 4 in the league in number 5 in the league now in 3-point percentage. Came on real strong to start the year. That's the 4th foul against Narcisse Mbanza. So both Narcisse and Sukjo with 4 fouls, none to give. 5 points to lead for the Cascades. Adederin is ready to come back in. Dixon breaks down the D to Makazu. Dayrit for 3. No good. Makazu, the one-handed rebound, and he's fouled for the 3-point possible play with 1:18 left to go. Kenan Hadzovic is going to check back in for UFV. Who committed that foul should be interesting to note. It'll go against Cooley, his 3rd. The Westman now in the bonus. Bajwa takes a seat. Hadzovic checks in. A 3-point lead. Makazu can make it 2 with the free throw here. 3 fouls against the Westmen. 72-69 on CanadaWest.tv, brought to you by Co-op. And Makazu misses the free throw, and a foul against the Cascades on the rebound. And it's against Cooley, his 4th.
Right now, really tough sequence for Matt Cooley, getting beat, unable to box out his defender on the long rebound. And right now, 2 huge free throws coming up.
That is the Dixon hits the first of 2. The second to make it a 1-point game, and he does. 72-71. It's going to be heartbreak if the Cascades can't hold on to this now. Dixon with Toor at the half-court line. Cascades just have to hold court, Andrew. 15 on the shot clock. Coming down to the 1-minute mark in the game. Cooley, the dribble to Seacon. Now Sukjo Baines with 4 on the shot clock. Driving inside, kicks out to Seacon for 3 at the buzzer. He doesn't hit it. Rebounded by Dixon. Under 50 seconds left. The Cascades down, up 1, 72-71. Narcisse with Sukjo driving, and Sukjo Baines is out of the game. Count Narcisse's 1. Send him to the line for an extra. Sukjo Baines fouls out. A 1-point lead for Winnipeg. Baines looks like he got cracked in the mouth, holding his upper lip. Narcisse Mbanza will shoot the and 1. The Cascades can only pray he misses. But he won't. 41 and a half left. Adam Ben Rabah comes in. Coach Friesen needs his second time out of the half.
You're looking for a shot within the first 10 seconds of the shot clock, trying to keep this 2 for 1.
Coach Friesen advances the ball to half court after the make from Mbanza. Dan Adederin inbounds to Cooley. To Kenan Hadzovic with Dixon. 8 on the shot clock. Toor going downhill with Dixon. Changes direction in the air to Hadzovic. 3 on the shot clock. Hadzovic throws it up, and he is fouled going to the hoop. Who will be charged with that one? It's Makazu. So Hadzovic can tie the game with 2 free throws here, Andrew. And then there are 28.5 seconds left. No more fouls to give for the Westmen. Hadzovic Misses the first free throw. That is huge. And if the Cascades lose this game, Andrew, that's the story of their season, is missed free throws. The 2-point loss against Winnipeg to start the season, game 1. Coach Friesen needs another timeout. Now only 0.7 seconds over a shot clock left to play. UFV down 2.
Bajwa on the floor. In for Daniel Dedderin right now. A smaller lineup. Bajwa, Toor, Hadzovic. You had to know it was going to be a dogfight coming down to the wire here in Abbotsford.
11 seconds on the shot clock. Cooley the inbound from Makazu. Out of bounds. Off of Cooley and the Cascades. And with no timeouts left for UFV, the season in jeopardy. 22.2 seconds left. The press on from UFV. Hadzovic fouls Mbanza. And that's the way it's going to play out here. 19.7 seconds left. Mbanza with 2 shots here. First free throw is good for Mbanza. It's a 3-point game. If he hits this one, the Cascades will be down 4 with possession, but no timeouts. Second free throw is missed. And the Westmen get possession. Hadzovic commits the next foul. And it looks like the Cascades are about to end their season at home. Daniel Dedderin will come in to rebound on any miss off of the second free throw here. A disappointing home playoff matchup for UFV. Westmen, a team they felt like they could beat in the regular season. A team they felt confident playing here in playoffs at home. Even that should be a foul against the Westmen. Ben Rabat called for it with 13.5 seconds left. And Andrew, maybe I spoke too soon. There is time left on the clock.
Right now, this is when you're talking about, Aaron. We were saying selectively, back when it was a 2-point game, do not go for the long ball. But right now, after this free throw, you're looking to convert, foul, and then you're going to have to go for the long ball, should things go according to plan.
Well, I mean, if Cooley hits the first and misses the second, you could.
It's a Popovich-style play you're calling there, Aaron.
Well, I didn't know if I called it, but you could miss and go for 3. Cascades keep possession on the inbound. Wow. The missed free throw. Cooley went after it, went out of bounds. I'm going to be honest, it did not look like UFV has possession here. Coach Rainbow not looking to call a timeout. Jazz Bajwa checks in. You're going to see a quick corner look for Jazz Bajwa, most likely
or
here.
Or you go for a quick 2 and foul. I don't know. No timeouts, you can't advance the ball.
You can't advance the ball. I mean, if you go for 2 and you get fouled and sink it, then that's great. But Vick Toor, Ben Rabat knocked down. Jazz Bajwa in the corner for 3. No good. Hadzovic misses. Seacon with 5 seconds left for 3. Jordan Seacon ties the game with his third of the night. It's 3.9 seconds left.
They're going to be going to the rim and crashing the boards. We've seen them get a few offensive rebounds right here. You have to not foul, keep them in front of you, make them shoot it. And this place is just getting loud, crowd chanting defense.
This game was over 10 seconds of play ago. Jordan Seacon, nobody can foul. And we're going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. 76-76 after 4 quarters. It hasn't necessarily shown game in, game out throughout the season. But now with that 13-7 record, facing the Westmen, who they were swept by the first weekend of the season, you know, something's got to be going right in Abbotsford for the Cascades to be here in OT. Kenan Hadzovic back to Vick Toor with Dixon. Both teams keep their foul counts, which were in the bonus. Cooley inside, and what a time for him to make it count under the bucket.
And nice move by Cooley, not dissuaded by his poor percentage from the field thus far here tonight. Turning the shoulder and able to get it to go.
Narcisse misses from three. Daniel Adederin with the rebound in front of William Cisse. Oh, and it would be a Winnipeg Westman UFV Cascades matchup for the ages. Vick Toor under the bucket. Cascades up 2, 4:20 left to go. 2 buckets, that is 80-76. Wow, after 54 first half points, Andrew, only 76 in the second. At the end of the first 4 quarters, I guess, Andrew.
And that's what we were talking about here, Aaron, as that one kept alive there. No foul call, though, however.
Cisse to Dayrit. Now Mbanza fouled by Vick Toor.
And Vic got to be careful right now. That is, I'm not sure what he's up to in fouls.
Yeah, we don't have fourth quarter stats. We do not have fourth quarter stats.
Third personal foul for Vick Toor. So still got to be careful. Cascades need him for the entire 4 minutes left to play here.
Oh, they didn't print stats. Okay, after the fourth quarter. That makes sense. Mbanza hits the first of 2. Under 4 to play. 80-77 UFV. Dr. Narcisse, the southpaw, hits the second. 2-point game UFV on CanadaWest.tv. Vick Toor, brought to you by Co-op. With Dixon in those CEBL socks there, Andrew. Canadian Elite Basketball League. Cooley breaks down Makazu in the post, the hook.
You gotta love it. That post move by Cooley. What a 180 drop shoulder spin, and he deposits it in. You love that big man contest.
180, that's the way his game has switched from the first half of this game for the first 4 quarters, Andrew. Dayrit between the legs. Still no assists. And there's a turnover. Of course, he had a brilliant assist in the first half, and it won't be shown on the scoreboard, but wow.
But that one will.
Yeah, that'll be shown.
The turnover will be shown.
100%, and it'll play out in the momentum of the game as well. 3:24 left to play. Is Rocky Holford still in the house? Because this is a legendary game here. Vick Toor over half court. I hope you're tuning in after your out-of-town games, guys, because this is fun. Cooley to Adederin under the post. Off glass, and Daniel Adederin will shoot one. He says, give it to me. Give it to me. I know how the legal system works, the justice system. I'm a district attorney.
And that's a language that only bigs can speak. Feed me, I got the seal. He hits it, and one opportunity. That is Surrey's finest, Daniel Adederin.
That's the 4th foul against Ben Rabah. Adederin from Pacific Academy. I think he had a taste from TRU in high school. They were maybe a little interested. Came to play for UFV. And in his 4th year now, you know, he's hitting threes this year, Andrew.
Above 35% too.
And he has one tonight in the playoffs. I think he's 1 for 2. Cisse to Mbanza. Inside the 3-point line and pushed back by Adederin. Oh, wow. Daniel's got something to say. Narcisse is talking over Adederin. Off the back iron. Cooley, a big defensive board. Under 3 to play. Cooley dribbles out of the trouble in a triple team. And it's a double dribble. Cascades up 7. Oh, don't get teched up there. And he did. You saw Coach Friesen was actually running after the ball to stop Cooley from getting called for a tech after he kind of flipped it away. Wow.
And that's the thing with Cooley. Quite a character on this bench, a spiritual leader. Oftentimes, though, have to have calm nerves, especially this could be your last game, Matt. Keep it together, one of those things. You can live and die by that type of play.
That might have just been a warning because nobody took any shots. Mbanza breaks down. Hadzovic steps right into Adederin. That's a foul. And that'll go against, is it Adederin? Yeah, it is. So we're looking at out-of-date stats here, but might be his second personal foul for Adederin, but Mbanza will shoot 2 down 7. Hits the first. 2:35 left to play, makes it a 6-point game. 85-79 on CanadaWest.tv, brought to you by Co-op. We're in the 5th quarter. Yeah, quarters are only 4s. Last time we saw overtime in this gym, I guess it was Lethbridge. Was Lethbridge overtime this year?
Yeah.
Last time, doesn't matter what last time before that was. It's a 5-point UFV lead with under 2.5 to play. Matty Cooley calling for Vick Toor. Cooley with Makazu, knocks it loose and is charged for the foul. Crew Chief Kerry Rokosh on the baseline does the honors. 2:21 left to go, and Cooley's got to hit these free throws, Andrew.
And right now, playing with fire again. I love the flair from Cooley, but really tense moments dribbling your way in as a big from the three-point line. You're just asking either for a double team or a pickpocket.
First free throw from Cooley is good. And Cooley does that pretty regularly. I'm going to say all the time.
It's true.
Not every time, but close. 86-80, Cooley hit the first of 2 free throws, taking his time with it. Like to see that for a team that struggled from the free throw line, including there tonight. And
the line violation. Cooley, he knew he missed it on the go.
Oh, so he violated himself.
Yeah.
Interesting. 86-80. UFV in control, and here's Nav Baines. You see clapping his hands behind William Cisse there. Brother of Sukjo, cousin of Sukraj, childhood friend of Parm, all with the last name Baines. Dixon to Makazu, puts it on the floor to Dayrit. Right hand, past Seacon, off rim and glass, and that was that Makazu himself. For 2, under 2 to play, 86-82 UFV. Vick Toor with Dixon. Cooley to Adetter in the spin off of William Cisse. 11-11 violence and 88-82. The Cascades up 6 with 1:44 left to play. Narcisse Mbanza under the bucket like a bat out of heck. For 3 from behind the arc. It's no good. Dixon and Makazu fight for the board. Jordan Seacon almost comes away from it, but he knocks it out of bounds.
A huge effort from Seacon, able to disrupt the offensive board from the Westmen, taking precious seconds off the clock and allowing the Cascades to reset. And D up.
Dixon turned back by Vick Toor. Those active hands.
As only Kent Washington can make them.
Right? Well, when you're 6 foot tall and you get up like that, Vick Toor can throw down dunks. Dayrit at the elbow. No good over Seacon. Adeterin helps Cooley get boards there. Looking for an outlet. He's got Vick Toor. Cascades up 6. Under 1:20 to play now. 16 on the shot clock. Adeterin with Cisse. Looking to skip. Fakes the shot. Gets Cisse off his feet. Loses the handle. Fighting for it. He had an awkward angle with one arm. Yeah, he kind of was between the legs on Makazu, so I think that's a foul against Adeterin. But great effort for Adeterin. 1:10 left to go. If only he could have held on to that ball. Dixon picks up the ball 3/4 of the way up the court. Mbanza to Cisse, and now Dayrit with Jordan Seacon, a hand in his face. Dixon all alone for 3. Misses short, and Dan Adeterin with the board. Under a minute to play, 88-82. The Cascades, Andrew, it's shocking, but they've allowed through the final 3/4 less than 30 points after giving up 54 in the first half to the Winnipeg Westmen. The second half defense from the UFV Cascades, marvelous. That pass from Vick Toor to Jordan Seacon gives up the possession to Dixon. Dayrit for 3. This could change things. It won't. Cooley another rebound. Fouled by Dixon, and the Cascades poised, if they can hit their free throws, that is, to come out with a victory tonight.
And 2 huge missed 3-pointers down the stretch here. We saw one from Dixon. That was top of the circle. He's hit from there already tonight. And Dayrit, he's had a few threes as well, but unable to convert in transition. Matt Cooley, 2 big free throws coming up.
He's hit 1 of 2 in his last 2 trips down the floor. The first free throw is good. It's a 7-point UFV lead with under 30 seconds left. Hitting this would make it 8. Andrew, does that ice it?
As long as you don't leave your feet and you keep your hand up and you don't foul.
It's a lot of ifs, especially for a team that's given up a 4-point play at the end of the game. 90-82, Rainbow needs a timeout. The Cascades do still have 1 left here in the 5th and final.
To the inbounds play for Kennan that led to the Jordan Seacon 3. Crazy sequence.
A lot going on, actually, yes.
Yeah, a lot of particulars.
I can't believe you even, what are you, LeBron? With the sequence there?
I was thinking that.
Well, first it was we stepped up, and then and he's got 7 possessions in a row. And the ball thrown away. Dr. Narcisse bumps the table. I hope he's okay. But that's a man who doesn't want to send his seniors home this weekend. You know, and has he always had the beard, Andrew? Or is he more? Winnipeg can stay in this game. Dixon looking a little dejected there. Hadzovic will inbound with Dante Makazu. Couple local foulers. Makazu kicks it back, and Coach Friesen almost had that ball. This is a fun game, Andrew. I'm enjoying the broadcast tonight. I don't mind working a little late, do you?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing. Kedon Hadzovic tasked with getting the ball past the outstretched arms of Dante Makazu.
25.9 left to play. An 8-point UFV lead. Adederin being held by, look at the way he's being held there by Dixon before the inbound even came. Dixon was bare. That was, I guess Rokosh couldn't see from behind him. It was the idea from Dixon, but that was relatively flagrant if you ask me.
Yeah, no, it certainly was. And Dixon
trying to give him
can
a purple.
appeal all he wants, but right now, Dwight, the only way you're holding back someone who's 6'8", 240 is likely with a foul.
From behind him. I mean, what else are you going to do? Adederin hits the first of two.
Dramatic flare on the soft touch there. A hard bounce off the front rim.
The first of, it's a 9-point lead. Can make it 10. And he will. All the things happening tonight, Andrew. Between the leg bounce passes.
This game should be written about. It deserves a long form piece. You talk about the comeback of the season. Cascades, what were they, 3-6 heading into that UBC series?
Narcisse for three, no good. It's aired. And down 10. It looks like the Cascades are going to be able to dribble this out. They were down 3-6 going into the second night against UBC. So they were 3-5 for the first 8 games, and the loss to Lethbridge at home.
People were turning against them, some labeling the season done. Same thing here tonight.
Don, please score a slam dunk. Thank you. 92-84. Now, he will not get credit for that assist earlier. And I implore Winnipeg to ask UFV to restat this game to get him that beautiful, beautiful assist between the legs, because right now it shows up with 0 assists.